I'm gonna put this like this, just in case this stupid camera fails me.
Okay.
Because this is the only thing that we'll have.
So are these regular lamps that you got?
Yeah, regular lamps from Walmart.
Okay, it's anti-inflammatory, antioxidant. Let's see. Yeah, these are all like antioxidant food. They're supposed to make you more beautiful.
I was so sick last night, Megan. So sick. I ate that dish that I made with cheese. It's like a Italian sausage dip thing. And then that was one day. That was like Saturday. I did that, and I don't do well with cheese, you know. And then I ate like cheese. Yesterday was Tuesday, so Monday night. And then when we came back from LA, we stopped and ate cheese pizza. Well, cheese was on the pizza. Yeah. So it's just too much cheese for me that can't tolerate cheese. And it gets in here and balls up like a big old ball, and it spasms, like my stomach spasm, my chest spasm. And I was like, Joshua, I think I'm having a heart attack. I'm like, oh my God, I thought I was gonna die. But I'm good now.
Good, yeah.
I didn't die.
I had to stop eating cheese too, because for a while, like, I was sort of eating everything, and then I'm like, nope. So what I do now is like, for breakfast and lunch, I usually have smoothies, but then like I eat like a little bit of chicken and fish.
We'll pick up some of this when we start.
Okay,
No, just keep talking to me.
Oh yeah, I eat a little bit of chicken and fish and eggs, like cage-free eggs. I love the brown eggs.
You go buy it up there in Slower?
No, I usually buy everything at Sprouts or Trader Joe's.
Right there, see? Look at the lighting, see?
Yeah, it looks good.
It's nice, right? And then this is right here. But what this is seeing is the bananas, so maybe we want to do this up this way. So when you could blend right in this vicinity right here.
Perfect.
So that's what Megan was talking about. So for me, I would finish blending this in a NutriBullet. Yeah. Wash the cup, finish blending it, and then we'll repackage again.
We should try it. Why not?
Okay, so let me rinse this one off.
Okay.
We're having fun.
We are. These say Merry Christmas too.
Huh?
This one says Merry Christmas.
It does? Okay.
Alright, we're gonna reblend it and just see if the NutriBullet can.
You see the lid? Okay, it's here. Rinse it.
Oh, and I haven't got to tell you too, next month I'm gonna get certified to be a Zumba instructor.
Really?
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Or in March actually, because it's almost February.
That is so cool. You know, we have all the good Zumba songs here, right?
I know.
So we're going to reblend.
Yeah, we're going to reblend.
So Megan, I'm doing something from my site, from my cooking channel, where I sell a mystery box. And I put items in there that's...
Wow, look at that.
Come see. Oh, they can't see it from that camera. Hold on.
See the big difference, Megan?
Let me get this camera.
Yes. Dang.
So Megan, did we discuss the moons? We touched on it, right?
Yeah. So today is a full moon in Leo, which is
so let me ask you, was there a full moon last night too?
Yeah, so the full moon was actually last night. Well, it occurred at about 5:30 in the morning, so it was about last night.
So there was 2 full moons back together.
Well,
right?
so in January, we had 2 full moons. We had one on the 1st, New Year's Day, and then one on the 31st. And so that's why they call it a blue moon, because when you have more than one moon in a month, it's a blue moon, which only happens...
One second. Joe, could you stop that noise for a second? We're still doing a show. Yeah, I had to shut him down. Alright, so when you have 2 full moons in the same calendar month, it's called a blue moon.
Yeah.
Is that where the saying came from then? Oh,
yeah, once in a blue moon. And actually we're having 2 blue moons this year. The second one is in March. We're going to have 2 full moons in March and none in February. Isn't that weird?
Maybe because February is so small.
Yeah, February's little and we're too busy eating all those Valentine's Day meals.
Plus, I guess this month stole the full moon from February.
It did, yeah. January was greedy.
You know, when I was pregnant with the children, I had an aunt that would chart moon to tell me when my babies were due. And she was more accurate than the doctors.
Wow.
The doctors told me Jory was due at first July, let me see, August. He was at first due August the 9th, and then they moved it to August the 19th. And my aunt told me Jory's not going to go past July 31st, and he came July 29th. Wow. And she would chart it by the calendar. She would say, get me the calendar with the moon. and she told me all my babies when they were due, and they came. She told me Joshua was due between the 18th and the 21st. Joshua came on the 18th. He was actually due by the doctors on the 26th.
Wow. Oh.
She told me Jada was due, the doctor said she was due January 3rd, and she told me Jada was due anywhere between the 24th of December and the 28th. Jada came the 27th. She was more accurate than the doctor.
Yeah, it's amazing, especially because women cycle with the moon.
Right.
So a lot of times most women have their moon cycle during new moon, and so full moon, just like the moon is like its biggest and brightest, that's when we feel that too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I had a really rough night last night. I think because I ate that cheesy dip that I made last Saturday. Then I had cheese on Monday night with some crackers. And then I had pizza yesterday. I think it was a trifecta that did not go well with my stomach. I think, you know, the cheese sat there and was going through my intestines very slowly. And I started to have like gas pains. I mean, devastating gas pains that felt like a heart attack. Joshua had to take care of me between 1 and 3. Joe's sitting over there on the recliner. I don't think you guys can see him. But he's like, why didn't you wake me, babe? I'm like, I don't like to wake Joe when I'm sick like that because when he falls asleep and you wake him from his sleep, he doesn't fall back asleep right away. So I don't like to do that. So if I felt like I needed to go to the ER, then I would have, you know, got him up. But Joshua came and took care of me. Bless his heart. And I managed to get a few hours sleep from about 3 to about 8 in the morning. And then I got up and I got the day started slowly. And then Meagan, Collin's sister, came over and she did a show with me with 2 smoothies. Bless her heart. One of the smoothies I didn't think I was going to like because it was made with basil and it smelled like a salad. But when I drank it, it tasted so good. All I wanted was some salt to sprinkle in there like some salad. So she came and we did a long show. I don't know how I'm going to edit that show. I think it's going to be like a half hour long. But we did a really, really good show. No one was here to run cameras for me. So I had to tie one camera to the tripod, put one on top of the tripod, like the way I have this right now, and then put one on the top of the aluminum foil container to point at us. So I'm trying to edit from 3 cameras right now, and it started to get really overwhelming, so I took a break. I did not watch the State of the Union address last night. As a matter of fact, I told Joe not to turn on any TV this morning because I don't want to hear nothing out of this man's mouth. If I had to sit for an hour and a half and listen to him talk, I think I would have had an aneurysm or a seizure or something. I was watching The Beat right now with Ari Melber on MSNBC, and he was doing a report on people who buy bots at Twitter, and it's not just people like me that's doing social media that's buying followers at well, I'm not buying followers. I'm saying people that do social media like I do. It's not those people that he's talking about. He's talking about Russia, how Russia is still directing the narrative of our politics by buying all these bots to say what they want to say on Twitter. So like, for instance, when you saw the hashtag release the memo, some of that was real human beings that follow Trump, but the majority of that were bots. And I don't know why people fall for these things hook, line, and sinker. I'll see people in my life, they'll fall for certain religions. I'm like, are you kidding me? The religion I belong to is restrictive enough. I'm an Episcopalian. That's what I consider myself to be. Even though I attended that Pentecostal church for like 5 years, I still consider myself to be Episcopalian or Anglican. And that religion is restrictive enough, let alone to go join some other religion. Nah, I'm not about that. People will join network marketing that will start dictating their lives. They'll join cults and not even know it. They'll fall for pyramid schemes. I mean, I don't know how people fall for stuff. I don't think I'm the smartest person in the room, but I stay woke. I pay attention to what's going on around me. I'm very, very observant. And a lot of the times you be talking to me, but I'm like scanning the room with my eyes and I'm paying attention to what's happening, right? So these people fell for it. They want the memo released. The Republicans signed for the memo to get released. I pray to God that when the memo gets released, that it's nothing, that it's not even going to be a smoking gun or anything like that. Because what they're doing is like taking out the sections they don't want you to see and leaving the sections they want you to see. So I told Joe, it reminds me of this fight that I had on Facebook years ago with one of my dad's family members. And she said some hateful, hurtful things to me on Facebook, and didn't think that I was going to come back publicly and just like, you know, lash her. And so what she did after that was print the thing off, removed what she said, and only put what I said, and then they sent the letter to my dad. That's the reason why my dad doesn't talk to some of his siblings right now, because of that letter they sent him. And I didn't care. My dad can't beat me, you know. And so they're doing that with this thing, with this memo. that they're trying to show. Let me tell you what the memo is about. It's about a FISA warrant, and if you don't know what that is, that's warrants that they get to investigate things. So there's this stupid idiot Carter Page that the government, the FBI, thought was having a connection to Russia, and he's a part of the Trump team. And so they took out a warrant to monitor him. And I guess maybe they used some questionable tactics in taking out the warrant. And so that's what Devin Nunes supposedly took, you know, I guess notes, but now it's coming out that he wasn't even there when the memo was written. And they want that memo released to show, oh, look what the FBI does. But the whole big picture about that is because Trump wants to denigrate the FBI. So when Mueller comes out with his report, and not if, but when he finds something on Trump, they'll say, well, you can't believe the FBI anyways. That's, you know, imagine like if I start to badmouth Joe and I make him out to be a liar. So when the truth comes out about something I done did, people will say, well, Joe's a liar anyways. Don't believe it from him. Consider the source. So that's what they're trying to do. So Joe, he was so kind. He did not turn on the news till when he came in and he goes, a train crashed and it was all GOP law members. I'm like, yes, let me go see. I'm sorry to sound that brash and mean, guys, and mean-spirited, but it's coming to the point where I really do not care about GOP lawmakers anymore because they don't care about us. They're screwing us left, right, and center, and they really don't care. So I'm sorry for the one person who died on the train. I think it was a commoner like me. It wasn't a lawmaker. And I guess some people were injured. But I wish that Devin Nunes was on that train. I'm telling you, this man is from California. He doesn't stand a chance to win any other election again. And I hope they can like recall him or something. I don't know when he's done with his term. But he definitely works for Paul Ryan, who's a douche. And Paul Ryan definitely speaks for Trump and works for Trump. And these Republicans that are complicit in everything that Trump is doing, they're all going to go down with him. I have to trust God. I don't want anybody to come at me because I know the people who watch my vlog, they understand where I'm coming from. But people like to come, oh, God says to pray for those who are in authority above you. Let me ask you a question. If you are being held hostage in some crazy man's basement, and that means he was in authority above you, right? Would you be praying for him? Because I wouldn't. I would be planning his death. You know, so don't come to me with that. So all I'm saying is that Trump got put in to expose all these heathens. And if this warrant gets released, not the warrant, the memo gets released, you best believe God is going to show it and turn it for the good of the people and for the FBI. Because we need those good men of the FBI and those good women of the FBI and the CIA to protect us. You know, when kids go missing, who comes out? The FBI. When they found those 13 malnourished kids with those 2 crazy parents, who's there investigating this so that these people can be prosecuted? The FBI. So we have to not fall victim, you know, to this foolishness and this propaganda that they're putting out on us. You know, people get all up in arms when they talk about the men and women of the armed forces. Now, the teacher that was talking in class about, oh, people join the services because they don't have any education, they don't have anything, they don't have any other option. That's true. That is true to a point. I know a lot of young people who joined the armed forces because they couldn't do any better. They barely got their GED. They couldn't get a job and they didn't have any education to speak of. But when they get in there, they got trained. So that's where, you know, he needed to stop. And honestly, he did not need to speak that in class. He needed to speak that at his kitchen table. All right. So what was I saying about the guy? Oh, about the armed forces. They get up in arms when you talk against the people in the armed forces, but it's not everyone that's in the armed forces that's bad. And sometimes when they're bad, they do get bad conduct discharge. They get found out. But it's not everybody that's in the armed forces that's good either. And that's the same thing with the FBI, with the CIA. So I am very careful not to class them with one big stroke about, oh, they're so perfect and good, or to class them with another big stroke and say they're so horrible. You take people on an individual basis. Like this man that got ousted yesterday, McCabe. This man, for all intents and purposes, seemed to be a very good man. The battery died just now because that's the same one that I was using when I did the show with Meagan. I was saying the guy's wife is a Democrat that was running for some type of office and got money from the Clintons, what do you call it, charitable fund or something, I don't know, but got money from there. So Trump wants to know if this guy is allegiant to him. These people are not supposed to be allegiant to the president that's in office. And even if it were Obama doing this, I would say the same thing. They're supposed to be allegiant to America. You know, but these people have got it twisted And I know that some of us got all worked up, like Ascari and Cess and stuff got all worked up. But I'm telling you, my workup is slow and boiling because I can't upset my stomach. But I'm in prayer about this all day long because I want them to be exposed. That whatever evil they plan to put out there, they're going to get exposed. Look, every time they're going to go make new laws against us, look, they got shot up, then they got hit by a train. I mean, they can't see God in the midst of this thing. I mean, if they can't see it, they're dumb. So anyways, it's 4:13. We have to go pick up Joshua at 9 tonight if they don't let him out early. Joe's asking if I'm going to go to the gym, but I really don't know that I have the health and energy to go to the gym today after the night I've had. So I'm thinking I might, you know, tell Joe to go to the gym and just continue to edit Joshua's spooky story because that's starting to stress me out. The spooky story is starting to stress me out because it's kind of hard to edit. But I promised him that I would do it, so I have to really go back to it. I was editing the video with Meagan because it's from 3 cameras, and I want to give her the footage as quickly as I can. But I've got so much to do. I can't edit 2 things at the same time, you know? So I'm going to go back and do that. I've already sat on my soapbox long enough for you guys. Did you like the vlog from yesterday, the little road trip? I want to do more of those, you know, like travel vlog type thing. And today was just like in the house recording a show with Meagan. And then I just kind of sat here and edited. And then now I'm talking with you guys. And I'm going to go drink some more of that green thing. Let me show you. I drank like 2 cups of that green thing already that Meagan made. And I'm telling you, it's made a difference in my stomach. I'll eat some crackers and drink some more of this. And just chill here while I edit. And see if Joe will go to the gym or not. Because he might shop me and go, I don't want to go to the gym. Because he's very defiant. He's got ODD. Oppositional Defiant Disorder. He's had it ever since he was a wee lad. Oppositional Defiant Disorder, ODD? Huh? I made you laugh. So we heard something go off like a gunshot. And then 5 minutes later, the dogs are howling. And everybody from the police, the fire department, everybody done came. Apartment? It's the apartment building. We have an apartment building down there in the corner. Yeah, I'm not going all the way there. Look, helicopter coming. Yeah, there was a shooting. I heard it, Daddy. Remember I asked you what was that? For sure, I'll be checking the digital copy of the newspaper online tomorrow to see what the heck is going on over there. Joe was sitting watching TV and I was at his desk editing the video with me and Meagan. And then we heard 3 loud bangs. And I told Joe that sounded like gunshots. And Joe's like, where? And I said, on this street. So not even 5 minutes later, the first couple of fire trucks went sailing down the streets and the cops. So I ran out there to go be nosy. But I ran back in because it's getting hot. The helicopter came. There's a bunch more fire trucks that just went by. And it's right there at the opening gate for that apartment complex. On my street, I don't know how it was that little area got zoned for R5, which means they could put more than 1 unit there. So they put this big apartment complex. And I know that a lot of decent people still live in that complex, but there's a lot of hoodlums in there too. But something happened. Somebody got shot. And I just wonder who, what, when, how, why, the whole story. Because you know I'm nosy. So there's still emergency vehicles flying down the street. So I'm going to call, well, I'm going to text Jory. And I'm going to text Jade. Let me see the time. Yeah, Jory's on his way home right now. So I'm going to text him to make sure he be careful. And I'm going to text Jada because I don't know what time she's coming back with Collin. So let me tell you what I think was happening with my stomach. Now that I've had a day to like mend and heal, I think I had colic due to that polyp that's in my gallbladder. I think I overdid it with the cheese. I still think it's the cheese that did it. Cheese is very high in fat. You know what I mean? So whenever I eat anything that's high in fat or anything that's high in fiber, that little polyp or the gallbladder will just get really PO'd and just spasm and do all types of pain for me. So I think that's what I was suffering last night, is that gallbladder colic because of eating bad. That's why I try to stay away from the red meat. If Joe cooks it, I get 1 little piece. I try to stay away from cheese. I have to watch my fiber intake, like peanuts. That's another thing that will, and I'm not allergic to peanuts, but if I eat peanuts, if I get a handful of like 10 to 12 peanuts, I'm happy eating it because it's salty and everything and it's greasy. And by the time nighttime comes, I'm like this, doubled over. When I tell you that pain was severe on a scale of 1 to 10, that pain was a 15. The only reason I didn't go to the hospital or wake Joe up is because I felt like it was intestinal. I didn't feel like it was my heart or my lungs or other important parts of the body, which I know the intestines are important because That's what killed mommy. She had blockage due to the cancer, you know. So I'm like, oh my God, my poor mom, this is what she went through. So I'm going to go back and edit a little more. I'm not going outside. We'll see what's happening. I'm scared. My glass door is locked. Jordan's door locked, right? Nobody can't come in here Wednesday, and Cora going to eat them up alive. And I'm going to go back and finish editing the video with me and Megan so that I could go back to edit the scary story for Joshua. And I still have a vlog that I'm editing for you guys with this vlog. This vlog right here I'm editing for tonight. So I'm going to wait to go with Joe to pick up Josh a little bit later on tonight in the next, what, 2.5 hours or so. We're on our way home from picking up Joshua from school. Yay! One more day this week, huh, Josh?
Yep.
Tomorrow. It's the street before my street, right? So both my street and this street empties out into a main street. But this is not a cul-de-sac. I call this a horseshoe because this will take you right around to my street. But it'll also take you to see the apartments. So see, these are all houses around here. God, it's so dark. I hope you guys are seeing. These are all houses around here. And then right here, this is a set of condos. This is where the crazy lady lived that hit my truck. But coming up here is the apartment complex.
Slow it up, Papa.
We want to come be nosy and see what happened. So the fire trucks were right here at the opening. Don't go in there. Right at the opening here.
Missing any chalk outline.
So Joshua's looking for a chalk outline. Or a yellow tape.
Right?
It was some kind of gunshot though. It didn't sound like no firecracker. Alright, so Meagan saying it was a super moon, a blood moon, a full moon, and now we got and it's a blue moon. Dang.
I'm gonna run the same joke. The werewolves must have been losing their minds.
That looks good after I've not eaten all day. I know how my viewer Tracy feels. She's
tough to make good.
One of my subbies that's become a friend.
Yeah.
She's on a 1-month liquid diet because of stomach issues. So I know how she feels after one day. I'm done.
It's not this depressing kitchen, though.
Huh?
The kitchen looks depressing on the side.
That's a light for there. Yeah, Daddy, in a kimono. You tired, Papa?